Hello, guys. Welcome to another amazing episode of the AfriProsperity series. This is not just a series of content. This is actually a testament to what we are trying to achieve with additional assets, honestly speaking. And today's episode is as serious as it can get. As much as what I want to talk about today is actually to simplify something, but it is as serious as it can get. And this is because what I want to share today is more like the foundation to a lot of ethics when it comes to money, when it comes to finances. And I'm not telling you something that I read from books or read on a blog. I'm going to be sharing with you practical experiences and practical things I have seen. And how, honestly speaking, to be sincere, one of the things I used to tell myself is, there's this common saying that if before you become a doctor, you have to go to school to learn how to become a doctor. Before you become an engineer, you have to go to school to learn to become an engineer. But nobody wants to learn how to be wealthy. They just want to wake up and be wealthy. But the truth is, honestly speaking, I don't think that there should. Now, this is an opinion, right? I don't think there should be a set of, or I don't think there is actually a set of rules that is strictly for finances. Honestly speaking, if you check all the concepts and principles and everything, you will see that they're actually basic life principles. That if you apply it in your spiritual journey, is going to do well. Academics is going to do well. Marriage is going to do well. Finances is going to do well. It's more like basic life principles that if you same apply to your finances, is going to do well. So this, but there's been a lot of complexities wrapped around the concept of money, wrapped around the concept of finances. And this is what gives a lot of people headaches. Oh, what is stocks? Oh, what is bonds again? Oh, there's even government bond, there's corporate bonds. Oh, what is equities? What's dividends? What's this? What's that? And it's actually one of the reasons why a lot of people are even discouraged. All right, that's a part. We are still going to get to several layers of this conversation, but I want you to honestly stick around to the end. Share this video with as many people as possible because this is going to be liberating. And I mean it in every sense of that word. It is going to be liberating. One of the things I am passionate about is not just because I'm a real estate person, just get people to just buy land anyhow. I want people to actually make conscious decisions, intentional investment decisions, conscious choices, so that they're not buying land from me because they like my face. They are buying it because they know what they are doing, right? They are buying the properties because they know what it will become for them. They know what it would yield for them. And their decisions are independent, right? If you are joining for the first time, my name is Adesina. If you are a returning audience, you are welcome. I believe you know this is a family. If you have any question from any of the episodes so far, please drop it in the comment section or reach out to us on any of our social media platforms. Send it as a DM or whatever it is, whichever one is comfortable for you. And we'll be so delighted to actually answer your question. And also, for those of you who don't know, we have a community of investors, which you can join even as a non-investor, although you have to pay a token. You can click the link attached. I think it's bit.ly/join additional circle for you to join. Now to today's conversation. We are talking about cobwebs on money. Debunking. I'm going to be debunking the lies around the complex nature of wealth creation because I don't think wealth creation is complex. I don't think it should be. Right? And I think the few people who are the 1% who are the aim of the global financial affair, I think they thrive on these complexities and this secrecy. Because whether you like it or not, the fact that a lot of people think this thing is complex, this thing is hard, means that the people who really have the full information can exploit your own ignorance, can exploit the fact that you are running away from it, and then they can make profit from it like that. Right? For example, the old financial market, it's more like a cycle. And when I mean cycle, what I mean is every money you spend, someone is collecting it. Every money you collect, someone is spending it. So basically, every money you lose go into someone's pocket. Every money you get comes out of someone's pocket. So it's more like nobody really owns money. Nobody really owns money. Right? Now, you just determine how often money can come to you. And that's where the concept of cash flow comes in. So we're going to be taking it from the roots and be taking it to the, to the very, very blood life of this conversation. Now, one of the mistakes, and this is the foundation to what I want to discuss this evening, one of the mistakes we have made and we are still making is that people now, how do I put it? One of our mistakes right now is that people now pursue money. People now pursue getting rich. People now want to become wealthy. People just, pursuing money in itself. People, you see, and this is why people go into fraud. People go into illegal stuffs. People want to smuggle. Right? I was just watching a documentary, The Mob Boss. Right? The Mob Boss. And, he talked about El Capone. He talked about, what's this guy's name again? Pablo Escobar. And the likes of those guys like that. And you see that the reason these guys venture into all these things is for two things. No, it's even one thing. It's power. And at that time, they equate money to power. So they will do anything for that power. Right? Now, why we're also falling into various vices is that we do not realize that actually money in itself can be a reward. We've dumped, like I would say, that money is a front end to a back end of value. So we've sacrificed doing something or offering something to get paid. We've sacrificed that to just pursuing the money. So anywhere money is, I think there's even a song that says anywhere money there, I go there. Right? Everybody is it's just money, money, secure the bag, money, money. And that's why we get it wrong. Money is not meant to be pursued. Money is meant to be attracted. That's why when you apply for a job, right, it is, you do this job, we pay you this money. You offer this value, we compensate you with this. It's a law of value. Whenever value is dished out, value must always return back. That's it. That's it. So if we just, there's a quote I love so much from my favorite movie of all time, 3 Idiots. It says, Ranchoda Shamadas Chanchad said something. He said, pursue excellence. Success will chase you pants down. I'll say that again. Pursue excellence. Success will chase you pants down. See, this thing is so simple that all you need to do, find something you'll be extremely good at. You just find something like that you'll be extremely good at. Be so good that, I think I've said it here before, be so good your replacement is rare. At that level, even when your price is unreasonable, people will still pay. Every day I go on TikTok, I see people trying to talk down on Chanel, talk down on Christian Dior, talk down on, all these designer wears. And they'll tell you, someone makes it cheaper in this country. Someone make it cheaper here. You can get it on this website. But why are people still paying thousands of dollars to get all those wears? I saw a guy who demolished a Lamborghini just to prove that it's not really durable. It's plastic. It's this, it's that. People will still go back to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on those vehicles. You know why? There's a way they are selling the excellence that it becomes a dream for everybody, regardless of whether it is really the best of best or not. What am I trying to say? Become so good at one thing. You are a doctor, become the best doctor. You are a nurse, become the best nurse. You are an engineer, a presenter. If you make clothes, you make shoes, whatever it is, you are a filmmaker, just become the best at what you do. See, the higher the demand, the higher the price. What does that mean? The higher people demand for you. Now you can now say, okay, you know what? I have 100 people who want my service, but I can only serve 10 people. Now, how do I pick them people to serve? All right. If you can pay times 2 of the normal amount I would normally charge. If you are that good, someone will say, don't worry, I will even give you times 3. Have you never had an encounter whereby you want to get something and it's so scarce that once you get it anywhere, you don't even have the time to bargain the price. You just pay. Become so good that your demand is crazy. Then your price is off the roof too. Rolex is very expensive, but people still wait for years for Rolex. I mean, they will pay thousands of dollars only to still wait for 2-3 years for the Rolex to come out. The same thing, I think it was Virgil Abloh, that recent car collection. I think Davido paid for it like a year before it was delivered to him. So after paying about $500,000, he still had to be patient. But you that you are selling 25 something online, if you delay 2 hours, your customer will start posting on Twitter, well, please tag this vendor, they don't want to deliver. Because that's still where your value is still at. I'm saying, let's first crack this code of wealth creation from the basics of saying, what's the fundamental? Okay, I want to make money. How do you make money? Find one thing that you're good at. For example, I've just chosen that, you know what, this concept of finance, I'm going to be so good about it. I'm going to be a thought leader on it. And I'm not just going to be so good about it. I'm going to be so good at simplifying it. Meaning, what does that mean now? Anybody who has money now wants to trust me or trust my decision on how to spend it. They want to learn more from me. My mentorship cost ₦1 million subscription for a year. And that's even at this level. Right? I know people who charge way more than that. So you want to find one thing that you are good at, that you are going to be the best at, you are going to be unbeatable at. And then do it like nobody's business. Like nobody's business. Such that people don't mind paying you any amount. Any amount. I got a message this morning that I was nominated for what's it called? West Africa's Youth Ambassador. And honestly speaking, as much as, oh yeah, you are recognized, it didn't move me an inch. To be honest. It's not pride. If you even say it's pride, I agree, you are right. I'm not trying to prove any point to you. Why? Because based on my own gauge of myself, nah, I'm not even 1% close. So, and why? How will you have? It is when you know how good you want to be. You have a standard of excellence you want to attain. You are not easily satisfied. Some chicken stuffs, I was nominated for also Real Estate Developer of the Year. I didn't even post it. I didn't even reshare it. When you have a standard of excellence, I think it was Apostle Selman that says, he said something. He said, when people are clapping for you, look back. If they are not kings, keep walking. And honestly, that's the way I see things. And this is, see, you can't have this mindset and remain small. I'm saying this is the first formula for even saying you want to become wealthy at all. Is first be able to attain a standard of excellence whereby people are willing to pay you any amount for your service, for your product. That's the very basics. So now you've shifted your attention on, I want to make a lot of money. So I want to be the badass person in this niche. The best they've ever seen in this niche. You want to be an athlete, then become the best goddamn athlete in your particular whatever thing you are running. You want to be a filmmaker, then become the best filmmaker. You want to be, whatever it is you want to be a fashion designer, Become the best so that it will be a privilege for anyone to have a piece that is designed by you. It will be a privilege for anyone to have a piece that you designed. That's the first step to charging any amount, to making any amount you want to make. That's the first step to making any amount you want to make. That's the first step. That you are so good. When people say, people don't even, negotiating your service or product is like an insult. That's the first, it's not first about having passive income. It's first about having an authoritative active income. That you can tell yourself that I want to make 100 million naira in a month, and you can make it based on how good you are. Right? I look at Hilda Bassi. She'll put out, I think it's 35,000 naira per person, and come and see hundreds of people registering. And mind you, she still have a normal food business. But she had to prove that she's the best by first, I think, the cookathon and all those things. And before then, she's been cooking for years. I learned she had to slim down, she had to do some exercise, in preparing for that Guinness World Record for even years. Right? You have to have a standard of excellence. Non-negotiable standard of excellence. When you shift the attention from money to that excellence, money cannot refuse you. Money can't. Money can't. Money can't. That's why when it comes to what's it called, even our project, I focus more on, because I treat every of our project as a business. Right? What exactly is the standard of excellence, on this project? We put, 20 plus amenities. Everybody to say they are putting amenities. How do we guarantee that people get these amenities? We put on-site management. Anything is wrong, walk into the office downstairs and lay claim on it until it is sorted. On-site management. Have a standard of excellence. Non-negotiable standard of excellence. That's the basics. That's the basics. That's the very basics. I get it. There are a lot of terminologies. Oh, stocks. Oh, bonds. Oh, ETFs. Oh, mutual funds. Oh, this thing. Forget all of them. Forget them. I'm telling you now, forget about them. Right? I'm going to simplify it for you. Right? I'm sure you've also heard about active income, passive income. I say forget it. You first pick a skill. Pick a skill. That this thing, I'm going to be so good. Nobody can. People will bring. They will be begging even with resources. Warren Buffett, when he started, investing in stocks and all those things, he got to a point. He became so good that even the first money he used to start is, should I call it fund now, that I started to use to invest. I think it was $100,000 and $150. I'm not quite sure, but I know it's within that range. Guess how much was his own money there? $150. So he was so good, people could trust him with $100,000, knowing that he only has $150. And guess what he now did? Plus his stocks trading, stocks trading skill. He now added communication skill. In fact, you say that's his best investment. I think he got a Dale Carnegie's course. The guy that wrote How to Win Friends and Influence People. And I think everybody should get that book. Very amazing book. You need to have a standard of excellence. Once you first clear that one out, right? Now, the other thing that is left is based on basic life principles. Now, let me explain. You have a skill you are good at. You are very good. You are making a lot of money on it. Another person also have a skill. So let's say, how many of us are in this studio? We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 of us, we have various skills we are good at. We are badass in those various fields, right? A is making money, B is making money, C is making money, D is making money, F is making money. Now, that's not at a level of skills, right? Now, let's now assume, right, that now, because, should I jump into that rate? Okay, let me build on that. Now that you've now gotten a skill. It will now get to a point. Your demand cannot afford you the luxury to handle all the customers alone anymore. This is now where you now graduate into a business. You see that these things, this idea of, everybody now just wanted to jump into business, just wanted to become an entrepreneur just calm down. Many entrepreneurs are broke. Calm down. Pick one thing you are very good at. Be so good people are chasing you with money for it. Now, as the demand grow, then get more hands. Demand grow, get more hands. Now, what that will now do to you is that as you are getting more hands, now you now know that there's something called administration. Now, you now need to pay someone who understands administration, because you can now, you have a primary skill you have to focus on. You cannot say you want to be the admin, you want to be, that's why companies have the CEO, they have the HR, they have the accountant. You cannot now be everything. Now, you have to be incorporated to get some kind of deals. You see how growth becomes almost non-negotiable when you focus on you just having a standard of excellence. You get so good, the kind of deals that are coming your way, you need to be a company, an incorporated venture to get those kind of deals. It gets to a point, the kind of deals you want to start doing, you need to have a board. So these things, they are compelled by your standard of excellence, by your growth. You don't chase them, you grow into them. You grow into them. If only we will focus on us just attaining a standard of excellence, nobody will be in a hurry to make money, will be desperate to make money, will be confused about making money, because you are just focused on you just becoming the best at what you do, and money cannot refuse you. Why will someone need to scam and lie to someone to give them money? Because there's nothing the person can see in them to say they want to pay them for. They have no value, nothing they are offering. So the only way to get money out of someone is to lie, is to deceive. Meanwhile, they can pay you 10 times more, 100 times more, if only you just invest in yourself to have a value to trade. Simple. But now, there's no more respect or dignity in labor. Just not to do anything, just make money and all those things. And the truth is, these things, I made a post recently, talking about something, and someone commented that with all your talk, you still no get money like the kind of, you still no get money like Dangote or Tedola, or he just said around that line. And I was looking at him. How old is Dangote, for crying out loud? How old is Otedola? How long has he been building this thing? How old am I? And you're expecting me to have Dangote's money at my age? You're expecting me to have Otedola's money at my... Like, how does that make sense? The average age of a millionaire is 62. You are 25, you're already depressed because you don't have it. Come on. I get it. A lot of people are now making millions every month. It's fine. It's fine. You too can make it. Right? It's fine. I think, quote and unquote, it's quite easy. I really don't want to say it's quite easy, because even from way back, people are making money in their 20s as stockbrokers. So it's not a new thing, basically. Maybe it's just getting more popular on all those things. Right? But percentage of people who make it in their 20s, they're probably maybe like 1% or probably even 0.1%. So why are you under pressure? Focus on your skill. Focus on your craft. Focus on getting good. I have a close friend of mine. I'm sure he would not mind me sharing his story. We lived together in a boys' quarter years ago. And he's a filmmaker. Cinematographer. I don't know what to go. I know he does video editing and he shoots and all those things. Most times on empty stomach, I'll go, and personally, I do research a lot. I'll go and bring Tyler Perry's studio. I'll show him, this is what Tyler Perry is doing. We'll think about it. I'll bring another, maybe, I will find history of how, what they call this, is it Universal, how they started. We'll read about it again. I'll share him. Oh, this is how much Tyler Perry made. We'll just be talking about those things. So now I'll wake up in the night. We'll be watching documentaries of filmmakers. He can sit on, I might not have really seen him read for long like that, but he can sit on a 10-hour tutorial. He eat a lot of junks. You will see him peanuts, chin, everything. Sit on it. 10 hours, he will be there. Today, he makes millions every month. with ease. He is currently, I think at last I checked, he has trained people in over 11 countries. Over 11 countries where he has trained people. Because he just focused. He just focused on becoming the best. Just keep improving. At all those times too, you will see me. If I'm not reading a company's annual report, I'm reading the Nigeria's budget for the next year, the annual report by Ministry of National Planning and Budgeting. I'm reading campaigns, Fast Companies, Ads of the World, Entrepreneur.co, Inc.co, Investopedia, those websites. I will sit. In fact, there was a day I bet with someone. I said, go and bring any Warren Buffett video online. If I've not watched it, I'll give you 100,000 naira. So when we come and we are saying some things, they are not accidental. We didn't stumble into them. But I told myself, I don't want to come say something and I'll be like, what's this guy saying? Thankfully, I had an uncle that would look at me and just say, go and pick up this book and read. Pick it up, read again. There's this book, Slots, The Entrepreneurial Way. I read it in 24 hours. On going nowhere. Sat down in we had a study in the house. The movie Africa Rise and Shine too. There was even one of the book I love so much, Winning Minds by Ross J. I read for like 1 week. I was reading, finishing again. There was one chapter I got stuck, the story of Jack Welch. I read it to a point I could almost recite it like poem. And that's why I said, after you've cracked this code of you attaining a standard of excellence, that people now come to you for what you have. The rest, honestly, is just basic life principles. For example, now you are making a lot of money. You can also be wasting everything like that. What now comes in? Discipline. Is discipline for finance? No. Discipline is for everything in life. Your academic needs discipline. Your marriage needs discipline. Your relationship needs discipline. Whatever it is you do, you need discipline. So it is now discipline to now say, okay, I'm making this amount of money, but I'm not going to be as active as this for the rest of my life. So I'm going to be putting aside this part. I don't know what to do with it yet, but let me be putting it aside and be living on this amount of money alone. Now, from this one now, I then want to find another person who is also doing something that is lucrative, something that is viable, something that is attaining a standard of excellence, just like me. See, if you invest in nonsense things, it's because you're a nonsense person too. It's because nonsense thing is entering your eye. When you have a standard of excellence, you attain as a person. There are some deals that will not even attract you. Because you yourself know the kind of things you want to associate with. So there are some deals, there are some properties you never find attractive. There are some things that will never interest you. There are some businesses that people bring. I was watching Lions then, and one guy came to pitch, and one of the judges said that I would be willing to offer you a job in comedy. Because the guy was just saying nonsense. Permit me. I'm saying these things, it is what you have done in your own primary, that's your active income, that you will replicate in whatever other investment you want to invest in. Other investment you want to invest in. I really hope you are getting it as simple as I'm portraying it. For example, for you to even say you want to attain a standard of excellence, it's first a sign that you already have something, I don't know, you're already thinking big. You know, that one alone is rare. For example, there was a point in my life where all my dream in life, there's a car called Nissan Xterra. That was my dream car. Then open a provision store for my wife. Then rent a 3-bedroom flat. So I will go to get a good job. So I'll go to work in the morning, then come back in the evening to come and sit in my shop, in my wife's shop. Then in the night, me and my children will now go home. That was my dream life. So all those times, even if you are a lady, you have whatever your dream is in life as a lady. So regardless of what your dream can be, as far as it's me you want to marry, then All I'm seeing is a provision store. That was all my dream. And your dream car is Nissan Xterra. I'm not even sure that car still exists. And why that? Because there was this our neighbor that had that car. And I liked the way him and every Sunday when they're going to church, then I was even still a Muslim. The way they would dress and come out with their twins, and I'm like, they're living the life. This is it. This is it. What more can you want out of life? Then I'm not even sure I even knew that there's something called flight, like flying. I'm not, maybe, apart from when we are lying to ourselves in school that we have to aeroplane in our house, apart from that one. But it was not even my plan. I didn't even know. Maybe I'm not even sure I knew that the people used to travel outside of. I thought if you're in America, you're in America. If you're here, you are here. It was just, that was the level. But as I got exposed, with education, with reading, I said, okay. So there's something called Rolls Royce. There's something called Bugatti. Okay. There's something called aeroplane. And then at a level, there's now something called private jets. Okay, and now you can even go to space. So you see that these things you keep, and that's why one of these basic principles is continuous learning. In fact, one of the ways you will automatically start thinking big, right, is to be looking for who is the number one person in what you are currently doing, and be looking for how to be on the same level with the person. And honestly, that's my own definition of having a role model. If you're into the fashion business, who is the number one fashion person? What's the number one fashion brand in the world? If that is all you cannot think, for example, maybe you are saying Christian Dior. Do you know how many outlets Christian Dior has all over the world? That means already, you have to build an international brand. You can see that a lot of things that you are even trying to pursue, if only you just focus on attaining the height of excellence in what you are doing, traveling on private jet will become something that will become a necessity. You won't have to dream and labor for it, because by the time you now have outlets all over the world, you can't be, and you have meetings here, you have mergers and acquisitions here and all those things. You can't be waiting on commercial flights. It becomes a need just by what? Focusing on that your craft. So I'm saying a lot of things that we are pursuing, that we're trying to achieve, that someone is trying to use quote to bubble you to just do something. If only you just focus on what you are doing. Such that the only reason you will invest in a third party venture is that this thing has the same core values as what I'm currently doing. And I have the cash flow. So you just hear the idea and you're like, wow, this is amazing. I think I love this. This has potential. You will be attracted to it because it has the same core values. It's your own primary venture. With this, you see that all this labor, all this helter-skelter run to make money, to become a billionaire, to become a this, it will be out of it. It will be out of it. For example, one of the reasons why a lot of people are going into entertainment is more like, as a musician now, there's some things you don't even have to struggle for. You just keep releasing good music. You just stick to just becoming the badass person when it comes to releasing great music. Apart from now, okay, with your great music, now you now need a good management. Right? But all supporting your what? Great music. And you need a management when you realize that the top guys in music have a good management. If they are the ones you are modeling after trying to achieve what they've done, then you now know that you also need a good management. You see that just by focusing on your craft. I don't know, maybe the essence of today's I wanted to say sermon. The essence of today's series, today's episode, is just so that you leave all external distractions. Leave all external distractions and just say, okay, what exactly is my primary thing? And at a point, at a level, you might even know that this is what I want to do. But you've not even started it yet. Maybe you are still on a job, trying to save up for that thing. You're actually trying to learn. You know that this is what I want to do, but you're still learning. That thing that you're still doing, you are giving your all to it. You are not under pressure. Your friend is already doing something better, buying a house. You are not even moved. Why? You know you are on your own journey. by the time I give my own due diligence to learning, to empowering myself, to studying, to embodying that standard of excellence, by the time I go into this industry, give me just 2 years, they will hear of me. No competition. You just setting a standard of excellence for yourself and saying, I will stay on it until people cannot resist seeing my service or seeing my product and not want to pay me any amount I mention. Even at that level, you can easily employ an Harvard-learned financial advisor. Say your own business is just, I'm budgeting this amount of money of my money every month, of my income every month. Your own headache is just to find something I will put it into. That's at a level. I'm not saying, I'm not recommending it, but that's at a level. But I'm saying there's a way you even focus on your own craft. That when people bring ideas to you to invest in, all you're looking for is, how does this thing reflect who I am? I was watching Iyaboyeji, and they asked him, what do you look out for now when you want to invest? And he said, a sense of mission. And I was like, that's it. That's it. So that all you're thinking about is your primary craft, your primary business, your primary skill, and growing it to becoming a business, to becoming a national business, to becoming a multinational business, to becoming a global business. That's all you're just focused on your craft, right? On your craft. Then someone else says, maybe someone just came around there and like, I'm trying to do something in the area of food. And you're like, the person was talking and you can sense that this person also has a high level of excellence. And like, I like this. It aligns with your own core values. And like, you know what? I want to invest in your business. Why? It aligns. Your core values aligns. So everything you are investing in is because it aligns with your primary sense of business, sense of entity, sense of self. It's a big idea. It's futuristic. You have your criterias. Right? You're not trying to just jump on anything just to make money. You're not trying to not miss out on opportunities. You're not trying to just, what's that? Buy land here or to and you rush into, buy house. Give yourself peace of mind. Give yourself peace. Do like this. Because this thing is not hard. Now you define wala for yourself. Someone told you, come and buy land here. Ask the person, okay, what's the project idea? What are they trying to build? Okay, who is the developer? I'm not really sure. It doesn't align with, the kind of project I'm looking for. Because great investors invest in ideas. And also, that's part one. And also, they invest in the person running the idea. That's why when you look at all these business pitch events, they ask, okay, tell me about your business. Okay, how long have you been doing it? How much have you made? Okay, what's the potential like? Then they ask, what did you study? Okay, tell me about yourself. They want to know about the idea and who is running the idea. The same way when you started, it was about you having a standard of excellence you want to attain. And then the business you want to run, having a standard of excellence you want the business to attain. So when you also want to invest in anything also, it's about this idea. What is the peak it can become? And also you that you are running it, what is your taste like? What is your standard of excellence like? Are you committed to it? Are you diligent? When these core values of these various entities now align with you, that's now when you now start building portfolio of passive income. So building passive income is not just about, this thing is making money, buy it. In fact, someone I respected so much said something that anywhere you hear that government is moving to, go and buy land there. I'm not saying it's a lie, but I'm saying I don't believe in it. Dangote owns, you see, if you are following the market, you are at a low class level. The real deal, the 1%, now them they determine the market. Who exploded Ibejuleki? Lagos State government and Dangote. The 1%. In fact, everybody now, they are building on one person's project. That's the level me I want to play on. We have a resort project in Kwali. When I see, I'm like, don't worry. You think this area is sleeping? It will get to people will be saying, come and buy land here now, close to Chanzo. Come and do this close to Chanzo. I'm saying you just focus on attaining a standard of excellence in what you are doing. And then as you make, cash flow, you can now see that discipline now comes in to say, okay, I'm not going to live on everything I'm doing. Now, you are not putting the money just to jump on any investment opportunity. You are looking for the next idea that align what you are doing, that align with who you are, that has the same core values as you do. That now becomes what interests you. That becomes what you are interested in. Right? Because it is easy you agree with that, it is easy to take risk for something you believe in. Put it in the context of relationship. All your friends will be telling you, I don't trust this guy, but you're already in love. You can't even see the risk. You can't see the red flag. They are telling you, this guy is a womanizer, but he sent me good morning messages. The same thing. When you see a business that aligns with your cover, even when you lose money there, it will not pay you too much. Have you seen girls that they serve breakfast, or the guy cheated, they will be telling their friends that, but I love him. Sure, are you not? It's easy to take risk when you really believe in something, when it aligns with you. When it aligns with you. Right? So a lot of, you see that when you see all these things, even when you hear that a mutual fund exists, you want to know who is managing the mutual fund. You will only invest in it. See, what I'm sharing you is not an average person formula for investing. It's the 1% formula for investing. Is there an average person that is looking for any small thing to put money into, any small multiple streams of income, anything? What do they call it? Hustling, jama. Or anything where they make money, anyway na way. That one na everyday person. They'll tell you, Dangote has multiples of income. Did he start everything at the same time? Is he even running everything at the same time? When you focus on attaining your own standard of excellence, you see that wealth creation is very simple and it's fulfilling. It's a lifelong journey of learning, relearning, unlearning, trying things, experimenting. Or let me just summarize it in this word. A lifelong journey of exploring how far you can go, how far you can achieve. Such that you have your own primary thing you are focused on to grow, and then every new venture you see, every idea that you think is exciting, you just want to be a part of it because you are someone that is driven by excellence, by growth, by innovation. So it's something that is innovative, that has a height of excellence. You want to see how you can invest in it with your resources, with your time. And that's why you see that these guys, these wealthy, all these billionaires, you can't just go to them and say, I have this thing, and they'll just say, okay, take money. They will ask you questions. That's why pitching, presentation comes in. They want to see, does it align? Does it have a future? What's the potential here? Because they don't just put money into anything. They are not in a hurry to make this. They are not in a hurry to invest in anything. And you know why? They are not hungry. They are not desperate. They have their primary stuff that even if you don't have any idea, they have something they are growing that is already growing globally, like Wi-Fi, that will take care of them, that will sort their stuffs. If only we just focus, pursue excellence. Pursue excellence. Just get so good at what you do. Success will chase you pants down. Success will chase you pants down. Pursue excellence. Forget all the formulas anybody have given you. Forget all the complex mathematics, the complex theories, the whatever. Forget. This thing is what I'm doing. I'm going to attain the heights of excellence in this thing. What are the structures that people put in place? The people who are currently occupying the top guys in this sector. Okay, how do I put it also in place? So, okay, what do I need to learn? Do I need to go and learn from someone who is into business structuring? One of the person I love so much is Mr. Izu Wauma. I watch him dedicatedly. You want to learn business structure. You want to get a consultant because you know the future you want to grow it to. You are not trying to impress anybody that we arrived, though, that I'm an entrepreneur, we're also making money. You have a height you are watching. You are working towards. You are not buying awards, buying this, buying that. Just to make you feel good. You are disciplined. You know what you are up against. Your self-esteem is intact. Someone buys a house, does not make you feel less of yourself. You know what you are working on. You know that if I continue on this one, multiple houses is automatic. I won't struggle for it. I won't. I just want to encourage you, right? That the only reason you even invest in my property is that you tell me about your project, tell me about what you are building. And I thought, okay, we are building, apartment for young professionals to thrive with ease. And we are putting 20 plus amenities with on-site management to guarantee them that they will get the amenities we projected for them. And I'm like, I like this. I like this, standard of excellence you are putting in your project. And I think it's actually I think the demand will be there. So you know what? I'm going to invest in it. I'm going to get 5 units of it. Why? Because you believe in the project idea. Not just because you are looking for, what do I invest in so I can make money, so I can cash out. But you'll be able to even use that lens to view other investment venture. If that lens does not exist in viewing your primary means of active income, you can't give what you don't have. You can't pour you cannot pour from an empty cup. I implore you, whatever it is you are doing, just focus on becoming the best. That people will start begging you. The higher the demand, the higher the price. If people are pricing you cheaply, it's because your demand is still low. Nobody is demanding you yet. No, you are not an hot cake. You are not an hot cake. And I tell people, you think you have low confidence. Stop. Don't even read books on confidence. Don't read books on confidence. You just keep investing in yourself. There's a level at which you become so valuable to. Your confidence rises. You just know that, no. You can't price me this cheap. I tell people, the easiest way to increase your price range is to pay to learn in that same range. You want to start charging 1 million naira, pay 1 million naira to learn. You discover that it's very easy to charge 1 million. You want to start charging 10 million naira, pay 10 million naira to learn. Most times, you're not able to learn, probably pay it to a consultant. You just discover that how easy it is to name 10 million naira is because you've not paid that amount to invest in what you are presenting. That's why it is hard for you to also charge that amount. I tell you. Why did I stop answering people anytime? Because I just looked at it. Most times I spend hours on a single topic because simply, it's easy to come and tell you theoretical analysis and present, just give you facts and all those things. But to simplify a subject matter, it takes more work. So when I look at how I simplify stuff to people and they don't even take it serious, I'm like, okay, no. I think it's high time people started paying for this thing. So I name my price without remorse. Oh, you want to join my mentorship platform? It's $1 million a year. Maybe I like your face. I give you 50% discount. That's if you're paying for a year, 500,000 naira. And with that money, if I give you assignment, do this, you don't attend the session, I remove you. And from the onset, it's non-refundable. You like, it's not beg. Because, initially, it's not even a mentorship platform. It's a community of my investors. So if you are not giving the energy that my investors are giving, then no, you don't belong here. You don't belong in that community. You don't. You don't belong here. You don't. So this is how I'll wrap up today. I just want to implore you. Be the best at what you are doing. Have a standard of excellence that you don't compromise on. That determines your active income and determine every other thing you invest in for passive income. That becomes your criteria. That standard of excellence becomes the criteria used to invest in any other thing. Because what is financial freedom? When your passive income exceeds your active income. But it can be a word that your standard of excellence is so high that your active income is where that by the time you even build, for you to even find any external thing, you have this high standard. This high standard. Let me shock you. Open that people that actually attain financial freedom from their primary company, they just retire, but their shares in that one company is enough to fund their lifestyle. That's a conversation we're not ready for. This thing is not by running around. Just have that standard of excellence and you'll be fine. Once again, I'm Adesina and I'm the founder of Adesina Assets. And I'm so glad to be doing this. I'll see you next week, Monday. Have an amazing week ahead.